Mike just said.
So then you know you
Give myself.
It's pretty interesting if you actually take.
Make sure you call me with the building before you leave tonight. I'll send you the West. Make sure we sandbag the bottom. Just one quick.
They'll take it out.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
You should get it, Jennifer. You should get it. Good evening. At this time, I'd like to call the August 10th, 2023 Finance Committee meeting of the Common Council of the City of Plattsburgh to order at 5 p.m. We'll now conduct the roll call. Mayor Rosenquist is excused this evening. Councillor Bond.
Here.
Councillor Kelly.
Here.
Councillor Gibbs. Here. Councillor Bach. Here. Councillor Moore.
Here.
And Councillor Talon is here. All councillors have received a copy of the minutes of the July 13th, 2023 Finance Committee meeting. If there are no additions, deletions, or corrections, I will now entertain a motion to accept the minutes as presented. Motion, Elizabeth, or Councillor Gibbs, and second by Councillor Bach. All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Any additions, deletions, or corrections? All right. Our first finance item 2.1 will be the 2023 year-to-date report.
Guys want a summary or do you want to ask questions or what would you like?
I have no questions. I don't have any questions.
Go get a copy of it?
Yeah, we got it electronic.
Okay, no questions. Cool.
All right, nice and quick then. All right. Moving on to number 5 on item 2.2 draft resolution, authorize addition to the city's enterprise business system, the MUNIS system of the fixed asset module and for the data conversion of the city's obsolete fixed asset records for uploading to the MUNIS system database. I'll take motion. Councillor Kelly. Second. Councillor Bach. Any discussion?
Yeah, I got a question. What were we using prior to this? Because looks like this doesn't work. So
We got an old system called the FAMP, Fixed Asset Management Program, and it was developed by a company named RCI, who are out of business. And the system itself was basically an inventory system to go and label every asset in the city with a barcode to take an inventory of. And the way they developed the system was to give everything an individual item description. So there's thousands of items in there. Like you might have 250 tables. You know, in a fixed asset system, a table is a table. It doesn't matter if it's a big table or a small table, you just call it a table. We've got hundreds of tables. We have hundreds of chairs, hundreds of stands, hundreds of meters, and so forth, so forth. But not only that, being a cumbersome system to work with, it's just old, it's obsolete, and it doesn't integrate with our businesses.
it was functional up to now. I guess I'm wondering, what were we using if all of a sudden?
Well, it's not all of a sudden, it's functional up until now, as you say, but I probably spent 3 or 4 weeks at the end of the year making that system work enough so that I can get depreciation reports to give to the auditors to put in our financial statements that we present for the city. So it's a nightmare for me or anybody working with. The best option that we can have is this one, where we have a fixed assets module in our system. It feeds from the capital projects ledger into fixed assets, into the balance sheet, and creates your records for depreciation. So there's automated and integrated processing throughout. This system doesn't have it.
So we have to transfer this.
Part of this expenditure is to grab the records from the existing system in whatever database format we grab it from, upload it into the fixed assets module and to MUNIS, make sure that we have records that we can continue to depreciate, and then also build from that as we go forward.
And it's gonna cost 16,000 for that.
That would be 16,000. In that 16,000, I think it's the first year's fixed asset module. Annual cost, what, 3,000 something?
Yeah, 16 to 13.
It's what, 3,700? I can't remember the quotes.
16,000.
We don't have it broken down. Yeah, it's not broken down. It's not broken down.
Oh, they didn't send you a copy of the quote?
Uh,
I didn't bring a copy either. I think I did send it
I
along
don't think,
with documentation.
I was thinking, all I got was what you gave me.
I didn't send you
Google folder.
the blue form
Okay.
from Eunice.
You guys see the Google folder?
No.
I'll send it to you. It details the annual cost for fixed asset module, which I think is 3,000 something a year. And then the implementation costs to convert our fixed asset records, and then also to, build those files and upload, clean up the fixed asset tables that are in there right now, because there was some tabling of that in use as well, so we can get this all organized. Brought forward. So it's something that we need to do to make sure we can show we have valid and accurate records for our fixed assets, we're depreciating them properly. And so forth.
Yeah, because we didn't have any of the numbers there.
I'll send that to you. I'll go downstairs and send an email right now. Call up you, it'll show you the actual quote. I thought I forwarded that. So it details the quote, what we have to do. So it's for consideration for approval. It'll be the last thing I have to clean up before I get out of here next. It's a mess. And Casey's gonna have to work on it with me so that he can clean it up. So going forward, he's gonna have an easier time with the fixed assets at the end of each year. So, and in the process of doing that as well, we're closing out capital projects that are, 20, 15, 17 years old. In the process right now, closing 43 of them down, and we transferred the funds for it, and you see that in the weekly cost sheet. There's $4.8 million worth of journal vouchers. That's just moving cash between funds to close out 43 capital projects. There's 139 of them out there to close. After this 43, I'll have it down to probably about 50 more. So as soon as I can say, these are the valid projects we're working on, give the mayor a list so he can give it to you. So here's the open projects and what we're doing. Market Street being one of them. And Trade Center being another, and so forth. But the old ones that are older than your grandchildren, we're finally closing those down.
Well, it sounds like
That's
this.
nice.
Yeah, and it sounds like this will really modernize and streamline this aspect of our business processes, right?
And we'll get a smoother process with going through projects and closing them down. Instead of leaving them open for decades, because we still say, okay, that's my ATM funding for continuing expenses of some kind. Just like get it done,
Yeah.
close it up. So. Any questions?
My question.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's good explanation.
Thank you.
All right, moving on, to the public comments section.
We can go to-
Oh, wait, did we, sorry. All right, wait.
Yeah,
we
all
got-
in favor.
Okay, on favor.
Hi.
All right, moving into meeting. Good. Right, now we're moving on to the public comment section. I will now recognize those in the audience who wish to share their thoughts and concerns with the council on any topic. Please come to the podium to be acknowledged. When called upon, we ask that you please state your legal name and address for the record, and there's nobody else here except for Richard Casey. So, unless you have something to say, you can.
We're gonna go down.
Anything in the comments?
No.
Okay, moving on to new business. Is there any new business? No, okay, seeing none, I will take a motion to adjourn. All right, motion by Councilor Vaughn. Second. And I saw Councilor Gillian. All right. All in favor? There we go. Meeting adjourned. Thank you, everybody.